Why I know?
Okay.
Beloved, I bring you greetings from the Inside Studios, and you are watching The Virtuous Woman. I am your host, Susie Osikeni Georges. You know, on this program, we talk about anything that concerns women, issues of life concerning women. You know that for some time we have been talking about parenting. We want to be intentional about everything that concerns our children. So we have taken it upon ourselves to learn and unlearn to better our lives for the future. And so the last time on our parenting, we talked about positive parenting from the teacher's perspective. Today, we want to continue. Still from the teacher's perspective, we want to talk about the effect or the impact of the COVID on our children. If you are watching me for the very first time, yes, this is the Inside Studios. This is the Virtuous Woman's program. And so you are welcome. You can go ahead and share this video with any parent, with any guardian, with any caretaker you know that it will be of a benefit for. You should not keep it only for yourself, but share to have an impact in somebody's life also. As I said, today we are talking about COVID-19 and its impact on our children. When I talk about or remember COVID, I remember the late December 2019, and I always ask myself, on the 31st of December 2019, what were we thinking as Christians? We were happy God has seen us through another year and we were entering into another year. But we didn't know what was before us. We didn't know. We didn't have any idea of that something is going to happen that will change our lives drastically. We want to know about how it is affecting our children. We know that the anxiety of this COVID-19 has brought lots of impact on children, people of all ages, and most importantly children. And so we want to talk about its impact from the teacher's perspective. We don't know much about the health practitioners will give us more about what its impact has been on our children. But from the teacher's perspective, this is what we want to discuss. So if you are a parent there, if you want to share what has been the impact of this COVID-19 on your children, you can give it to us on the comment section. You can give it to us by commenting on the comment section. You can also watch this thing on YouTube. If you are watching it, either you are watching me on YouTube or on Facebook, you are very, very much welcome. And today, joining me is a sister, is a wife. I don't want to talk much about her because she will do that herself. But all that I can tell you is she is into that field, dealing with children. She is an educator. So she will tell us about herself. She is no other person than our lady, Mrs. Henrietta Martinson. You are very much welcome, Lady Henrietta.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my sister.
How are you doing? How is the family doing?
Fine, and everyone is also fine.
Wow, thank God, thank God. We are happy to have you.
I hope you and the family too are doing well.
We are doing just great by the grace of God. As I always say, Dromo, it is just by the grace of God. Yes. We are happy to have you on the Virtuous Woman's program. And so we would like you to tell us a bit about yourself.
Yes, as you introduced, you've already mentioned my name as Rita Martin, and I'm a child educator and assistant caregiver and all in all. I'm in Italy, and I'm at the school, the nursery and the nido and the elementary. I just work in hand in both areas. And also a translator and a mediator between parents and children who are having difficulty in order to be at the same level with their mates. So we do projects to just help them to be at the same level. Those are the things that I do.
Wow. Child care, child educator. So then I will want to know what triggered you or what made you go into child care or child educator. What directed your direction into being a child educator?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I believe it's God's plan. Children are so sensitive. Children are fragile to me, I believe, and I have loved children. In fact, I have been, even when I was in Ghana, I've been with the children's department. I've been with them. I love them. I love to be them. And even in the church, I've been with the children and all that. So I believe that was what maybe opened that door for me to be around. Because to be honest with you, I thought I was just doing something in the church, but all of a sudden, the chance just came. But I haven't planned for it. The chance just came, so I have to submit my CV and everything. I went for the interview, and they were like, we have other people coming in for the interview and all that. So when they finish, they will let me know and then give me the feedback. So I was there, and they called me, and they were like, we finished interviewing everybody, and we think you are perfect for this job. So we'll give it to you. And that was how it started. In fact, I have not planned for it, but it just came in, so I just accepted it. And I realized it was very convenient for me as a mother with the kids. So when the kids are at home, I'm also at home. But all this while, I've been with children, because by then I was assisting at Chivili, always at the children's section with the children, because I work with the Pomon. So in cases like this with the social children, they need somebody that they trust, that they can handle the children, to take care of them, and then to assist them with their materials and all those things. So that was what I was doing. But it was so hectic because it was weekends and all that. So when I get the chance to the school, I realized the school is just perfect for me, because when school closed, I'm also at home. When closed, you understand those situations. So I realized that was just perfect for me, and then I just fit myself into it. So that was what happened.
Wow. So you see, teaching or taking care of kids at a church, that directed that passion of being a child educator. So anything you do in the house of God, it is very important that you do it with your whole heart, because you don't know where you might end up. Wow. Lady Henrietta, you are such a blessing that you can work with children at the church, and also as your passion, you do it also as a career. Wow, we thank God. And so then I will ask, since you are into childcare, like right from when they are very, very young, let's say the nursery, then I will ask, what will be the difference between a child who has been to a nursery and a child who has not been to a nursery? And then what do you have to tell parents?
The difference is very great, because at the beginning of that stage of a child is very important. The things that the child will learn, the things that he or she will pick is very, very important. And when they go to school at that early age, they will learn a lot of things, in the sense that things that will develop their mind, things that will develop their confidence. They know how to tackle issues, because a whole lot of things happens there because they are interacted with other kids. And the educators also do their best to teach them certain things, okay? So, for instance, maybe a child will pick a toy, and maybe the other person will try to take it from him or her, will try to fight with the person. No, it's not yours, it's mine. Give it to me or something. So all those things teaches them how to relate with people and how to deal with issues. You might think they are very little, but they pick from all these things. Those things increase their confidence. They know how to confront issues that they feel is not good for them, or they are not okay with it. You know, so all these things helps them and all that. In fact, I entered into that sector when I've already had my third child. But I believe she was the person who had the best of me, because I had an experience. Because I started being at the school from 2018. Whilst she was still at the nursery. So there are certain things I became so much concerned about, because I entered there and understood a lot of things.
So nursery is not only somebody keeping my child for me so that I can go about my daily chores, but they actually they study, they learn.
No, a whole lot. Because until I got there, I realized fighting is actually good. They will be fighting over a particular game, and there's rules and regulations that when they are fighting, we have a part that they have to go there to go and fight, fight actually, because that is where each and everyone can bring out what is in him or her. And after they have finished doing that, they will settle the case. And now, at this point, one will know that no, in fact, is what you are saying is actually the truth. In fact, you were holding the thing and I came in for it. I did not ask you, and I started taking it from you. So at the end of the day, you won't believe it how they are kids, but they are able to solve this issue. And at the end of the day, there's peace around them. This one was said, yes, it's my fault, so I'm sorry for it. Take it. Then the other party also will say that, okay, now I've accepted, you can take it, go and play with it a little bit. After all, I've stayed with you for a long time. So peace comes in, and that was it. That is what happened.
Wow.
So they made a whole lot of things, And imagine if a child does not go to school like this, then he or she is missing this process. And I believe this helps develop our mind. It makes their mind grow well.
Wow. So parents, you have heard from their perspective, teachers or educators' perspective, they are saying it is okay when you take your children to the nursery. It is not only keeping them so that you can go to work or go and do whatever you need to do, but it helps them. Their stage, that very stage, is very, very important. What they learn, it is very, very important. And so then I will ask,
even if you are not, sorry for interrupting, even if you are not working, it's very necessary to take the child to school. Because the child learns a lot. The child learns a lot. They have their things that they learn in the school, and they have the things that they learn at home. So with the two, it brings up the child perfectly.
Wow. And so if a child is brought to a nursery, how long does it take for them to settle? And then how do you know whether your child is okay in that nursery or is doing well? How do you know that?
Okay, thank you. I think I'll take the first one, then I add the second one too. How long does it take for the child to settle at the school? I think it depends on every child. some of them, maybe the child is only with the parent at home. Some of them, they already have siblings, so and some of them too interact with family members. So they are not only attached with the parents, but they are open to others too. Those children are very, I would say, it's very easy for them to cope. So their time to be adapted to the school is very little. Maybe 2 days, 3 days, they are already okay. They make friends, they are free. But there are some of the children that they are so much attached with the parents because they don't have anybody. They maybe in child with the first child. And they are so much attached with the parent that they don't interact with anybody else. So those children, when they start schooling, it's very, 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 very difficult. It's difficult for the teachers and it's difficult for the parents too, because the child will start crying, and some of them can cry from morning till afternoon that they'll come and beat them. And it's very hectic. Some of them can cry until they vomit and all that.
Wow.
And yes, it's very, very serious. And especially the new ones that have entered when September, as we know that school opens in September, from September to October ending like this, in fact, you will see everywhere tears crying, noise of crying everywhere. It takes like 1 month or 1 month, 1 week before they will settle and all that. And some of them that they are much open to people, maybe it takes them 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 days. It depends on the child. It depends. But at least those ones that are not even used to people, that they are so much attached with the parent, that even when the parent leaves him or her, will be holding the mom or the dad or the clothes or something. Even those ones, at least maximum 1 month or something, I think they are okay.
Wow.
It depends on the class and the teacher and everything. I believe that one too is very, very important. And then you said, how would you know if your child likes the school or not? This normally happens for the children who has already been there. Okay, like the first year children, crying and those things is normal for them because it's something new that they have been introduced to. It's normal. I think it's normal with even adults. When you get to a place, you definitely feel yes. So that one is different. But you can realize this when the child has been in the school before, maybe one full school year, and then maybe it's in the second year or the third year, and anytime at all you take the child is crying. You must know that there's something. Maybe the teacher, yes, maybe the teacher is not okay. Maybe the child is not okay with the teacher, or the teacher is doing something that he or she doesn't like or doesn't show love and care and those things, because actually some of them can be I don't know, let me just skip that one, but there are some too that they do it with heart, they have passion for it, they do it with love. So even if the child sees you, the child comes with you with the whole heart, and that one too you can see. So if the child is crying more than necessary, you must, as a parent, know that there's something wrong. Maybe something is not right. And you need to ask something about it. You need to know what exactly is the problem, why the child always cries when he or she comes to school. It's very, very important.
I know some.
I answered the first one too. If the child cries throughout, like 3 months, 6 months, when he or she has started schooling and always crying, the first year ones I'm talking about, at least by 1 month or 1.5 months, the child has to stop crying because he or she has made new friends and all that. But if it's more than that, you must know the reason why. There should be something.
I know some caretakers are sometimes irritated by certain questions parents do ask them. So then I would want to ask, what should I be interested in knowing when I'm picking my child from the nursery? We are going home. What can I ask a caretaker? Because a lot of things goes into our mind, a lot of things bother us when we see our children cry when we pick them. So what are some of the things that I'm supposed to be interested in asking? And the better way of asking that, one, I don't offend a teacher. At the same time, I get the information that I need to get as a parent.
Thank you very much. We have individual differences in characters. And to tell you the truth, some parents are very difficult to deal with. Some are very difficult to deal with. And you could see this is their character. I'm telling you the truth. Because I've witnessed some of these situations many times, that a parent will come and then respond, maybe ask a question that you don't even think, why have you opened the door? It's cold, but you need to let air come in. A parent will come, I want to enter into the class. Whilst I have to give the child to you in front. No, I want to enter. Once you know you are not supposed to enter with your shoes from outside because of hygiene reasons. Some of them does not understand this. Why did my child is like this? Some of the things, we are humans, and it pains us a lot. Like before vacation, I experienced this issue that the mother was pregnant, and the child, in fact, I was trying to cope with the situation because I'm also a woman. I've been pregnant before. I know how uncomfortable it is. But it's like she wasn't coping with me. And in fact, the question that she asked was a little bit, but I did not say anything. I just don't want to go into detail that I did not say anything, but I thank God that later she realized that no, what she did, the character that she came up with was very bad. So she returned the next morning and told me, I'm sorry. You understand? Some of the things you have to be careful how you deal with the situation as a mother, or maybe you've come, your child has been hurt, or if something has happened to the child or something. Know how to ask the question in a nice way, because we are also human. You understand? We are humans, and in a class we have about 22, nursery we have about 22 children, and then middle we have about 11, 10 children. And it's not easy. Even if you have 2 or 3 at home, just imagine. You are here, right there, you understand. So there are some of the things they need to consider in terms like this. But the most important, the second one that you asked, the most important question that you need to know, which is very, very important, that you need to know the child's performance for that very day. Before you place the child home, you have to know what really happened. What did the child do? What happened? Has she eaten? Has she is him or herself? How many times did people change? Is there any difficulty maybe? Because there are many times that the child will be like, I'm having a tummy pain, I'm this, I'm that, you understand? So you have to know all those things. It is important you ask. Of course, we have a notice board in every class, because here, I don't know other parts, but here in Italy, we have sections. And each section, we have a notice board, especially at the needle. Normally, they communicate verbally with the parents when they come to pick the children, and their communication is not all that difficult, because even the children talk. They are grown up. They are from 3 years and above, so they are grown up. So sometimes when you pick the child, you can be like, "What did you eat today at school? Did you eat everything? This, that." You can try to interview the child a little bit, and the child at least will give you some information, even if the teacher did not give you all those things. But needle is, they cannot talk from 6 months, so they cannot talk. So those informations over there is very, very important. They give all those informations on the notice board, how many times the child has seen him or herself, what happened, did he still sleep well, how many times did he eat, or maybe we have here in Italy, we have first or second and third. Maybe the child ate everything, all the 3 courses, or maybe the child ate only the first part, did not eat the second one and the third one. Or maybe the child ate the first one, but took an extra one. So twice and left the second and then the third. You, as a parent, you need to know all those things. And those informations are given daily on each child, because especially most of those children, maybe their parents are working, and maybe a family member will come and pick the child. So most of the time, I can even see them now that we have camera phones and all that. I can even be seeing them taking a picture, and I think they will send it to the parents so that the parents will, oh, today my child has eaten or so how many times, or today has not done it at all, so that the parents will know what he or she can do for the child to ease him or herself, which is very, very important for a day, for a child like that. So all those informations are very, very important, and that one is automatically given on the notice board.
Wow.
Apart from that, you can ask whatever that you want to ask with the teacher. That's all.
I know some kids find it very difficult, especially the very young ones, when they go to school, because maybe they are only used to eating one particular food. Some I hear most parents say she drinks only milk, and so when she goes to school and they are eating, you don't get milk in school. So I think it is also part that we as parents get our children used to eating a bit of everything, so that they don't find this kind of problems. I've seen where my children go, parents who are very angry because they are being asked to come and pick their kids very early, or maybe for lunch, because they don't eat in the school. And sometimes they are irritated because they want their children to stay in school and eat, but the children, they won't. It's very, very difficult. Let's say children are very different. Even our 2 or 3 that we have in our homes, they are very, very different. How do you deal with discipline? Do you discipline children in school?
Exactly. It's part of the learning. It's very, very important. It's part of the learning. And these are some of the things that we do as an educator. That is why I earlier on said that they have the things that they take from school and the one from home, and then it helps them to grow up perfectly, and it develops their minds too. So discipline is very, very important. In fact, you can be playing with them, like just exactly how we do it at home. When you are playing with your child, knows that you are playing with him or her. When he or she does something that is not right, and you are serious talking to him or her, and he knows that what he did is bad, and you are serious talking to him. So he knows that you are disciplining him, and he knows the difference. That is what happens over there exactly. If the child, you are playing with the child over there, the child comes to you and maybe they do something that is not right, and you are serious, talking seriously, they know that yes, what you are saying, you are serious with what you are saying, because what he or she did is not right. And the most important thing also is that you cannot beat a child here like Africa and those places. And that means of discipline is by beating or shouting or something. No, that is not the matter. Here we don't do that. We don't do that at all. You just have to be serious. Let the child know when he or she does something that is not right, and you are dealing with the issue, the seriousness in what you are saying. It's not a matter of shouting, but let the child see seriousness in you when you are talking, and let the child see that when you are playing with her or him or her or something, know the difference too. And I'm sure they know the difference. They know the difference. No matter how little they are, they always know the difference.
Wow.
They know it.
Wow. So much information. I believe parents who are watching are also taking note. We need to be intentional about anything that concerns our children, even before they are born. So it is to you also, any single lady out there or single person out there who is waiting to be a parent, you need to be intentional about everything, even before conception, so that when they are here, you already know what to do. Let's go to Facebook. Let's see what our family are writing to us. Let's see who is online, who is sharing who is commenting. We have a lot watching. We have Mr. Osikeni saying the impact of the COVID on our children. Yes, that is our topic for the day, for today. So if you are just joining us, you are watching The Virtuous Woman, and we are discussing the impact of the COVID on our children. And we have an educator who is giving us this information. Mr. Osikeni said, wow, children's mom, we are here. Yes. He said, when God has his first place, every ministry, everything always follows. Yes. When we put him first, he guides us to the path that is our ministry. We have our lady Judith Ekuyasanti says, ministry is the best, doing it with passion. Yes, I know this educator. She does her work with so much passion. Mr. Osikeni says, nursery really has a positive impact on our children. Yes, I can attest to that, because with the difference of children who have not been and those who have been, when you see them, you can easily recognize them. They are very active. And for us who are even we are foreigners on another land, the language is very, very important. That is one of the major reasons why you need to take them to the nursery, so that the little English you are speaking in the house, they will also start speaking a little of the foreign language, which in our case is Italian. They will speak it right from childhood, and then when they go to the 3 to 6, that is the nursery, it will be very easy for them. We have Matando watching. We say, Matando, you are very much. We say, good information. We have Lady Judy saying, a needed and insightful section. Yes, this section we have planned it for a very long time, but this is the day God assigned that we have it. And so today we are discussing the impact of the COVID on our children. Children are so much important. Mr. Osikeni says, yeah, new environment, even with adults or parents, is sometimes difficult. Yes. We are hearing from the teachers. Disciplined children in Europe. Wow. Europe discipline is quite, I think it's in even Africa, it's changed. Things are changed now. You can't beat somebody's child. Miss Margaret Standard is saying, I heard of a child asking of rice and stew. Yes, so some children go to school and they take what they eat from the house or from their homes is what they will get from the school. Wow, that is why we need to integrate very well, not only our fufu and our eba, but we need to eat what you do what the Romans do. So if you are in Rome, you need to eat spaghetti, you need to eat lasagna. Prepare some so that your child will be used to those foods when they go to school. Wow. We have Mr. Osikeni saying, being intentional as parents. Of course, we need to be intentional. Rice and stew, please, they should find some for him. Of course, I've seen parents fighting with educators because of food for their children, because their wards eat only something from home and it is difficult for them to integrate in the school. Wow. We will go straight into COVID. As I said earlier on, COVID has been with us and we hope it goes sooner. It has been with us since December 2019. A lot has happened. Vaccines have been introduced. Now we are dealing with Green Pass. It is obligatory wearing mask everywhere you go. If you don't have Green Pass, you cannot have access to lots of public places and a whole lot. But today we want to hear from the teachers what are some of the adaptations, what are some of the impacts it is having on them in the school, and most importantly on our children, and what we also need to do as parents to help them. we don't know, we are still wondering the long-term impact of this COVID on our children. And so we want to start knowing what to do from now so that it will not take us by surprise. And so, our Lady Henrietta, as an educator and as a mom, what do you think are some of the impacts of this COVID? It might be socially, mentally. What are some of the impacts of this COVID on our children as a teacher and as a mom?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
A lot, I would say a lot. A lot of changes are taking place. The children don't have their freedom anymore. You have to be careful with the way you handle them. And it has become very difficult also for us as well, because you have to keep an eye on each and every child. Immediately you see a change, something that is abnormal, you immediately have to alert, and then, you know, there are certain necessary things that you need to do. Like we have a 2019, I think, COVID came, right?
Yeah.
And then school was closed. We entered to 2020 by God's grace. But before school would start, they put a whole lot of things in order, like a COVID room. That's when you realize one or two changes on a child, you can take the child to that place. And what are these things? When the child is running, when the child is vomiting, when the child is over coughing with cold and all those things, the temperature of the child above 36, all these things, you need to you need to isolate the child to that room. When maybe some of them sleep, they will sleep in the afternoon after they have finished their lunch, they sleep. You know, it's normal for a child to sleep, and when they wake up, when they wake up, maybe they will be dull or something, but at least when they are doing their snack and those things, they become active, because we have a whole lot of activities that we do in between when they are having their snack before parents come in to pick them. Maybe there will be one person going around. They normally take in fruits. Maybe there will be one child, no matter how small they are. It's different from the nursery. I'm talking about even middle. Some of them will go around, and we do this for them to learn each mate's name. Some of them, they don't know the names very well because they are very little. Some of them is less than 1 year and all that. So when it's that one's turn to go around with a snack, with a fruit or something, they will mention the name. That this, take yours, this, take yours. That is what we do. So we have a whole lot of activities that we do during that period. And if the child is so dull, you definitely know that there's something, because in the midst of all that, all of them they are always active. So if the child is dull, then you quickly have to take the temperature of the child. And we have temperatures in every section. So you take the temperature. If the temperature is more than, if it's 36 and above, you just isolate the child immediately at the COVID room. You call the parents immediately, and then we have a form that you need to fill to go and do the test, the COVID test, that you won't pay anything. So you post the result to the school before the child can come to school. Without that test, the child cannot enter, because the child enters the school, back to the school with that test. That's what we do.
And so, because of what you just said, let me then ask, so if it happens that a child is tested and is positive COVID, what happens? What are the steps before the child comes back to the school again?
Okay, when it happens in a situation like this, if that suspicion is taking place and they will call, we inform the parents, they come for the child and all that, and they do the test, and it's positive, that section is closed. Everyone has to be in quarantine for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, all of them will go and do the test before we reopen that section. That section is is being arranged well. They do everything that they have to put in place and all that before they can also enter that section, that class again. That is what we do. But everybody is off from that place, and the place is closed completely. It's closed completely until everybody have the certificate, certificate that shows that they have done the test and it has come out negative before they will enter that place again. That is what we do.
Wow. And so
for it means that they don't close the whole school. No. Okay. It's only that section that they close. The teachers, everybody, in fact everyone.
So if a child tests positive and comes home, then it means parents must also be at home from work.
Exactly. In a case like this, when the child tests positive and has siblings, then all of them, including the parents, all of them has to be at home. All of them has to be at home. The parents cannot go to work, and the other siblings also cannot go to school. They also have to be at home. And even if one is positive and the others went for the test and they are negative, they are still not allowed to come out or to go to the school. No, they will still wait until the one who is positive will go and check again and maybe is negative. And then the others, the siblings, will also go and control, and they are negative before they will be able to. They will be allowed to the school. And even with that, you have to go to your doctor to give you the certificate for it.
Wow.
And then you take the certificate to the school that shows that you have done the test, and the doctor has signed that yes, he or she has controlled it, and you are negative. That is when you will be allowed.
Wow. So that is why it is said that we all need to be each other's keeper. If you really know that you have COVID, don't hide it. If any member of your family living in the same house with you is positive, you don't hide it from the school because you don't want them to stay at home, but you inform them so that the necessary measures will be taken so that it will not affect a whole lot of people.
Exactly. And I remember last year, I think we had an issue like that this particular girl was not coming. In fact, when you are absent, at least the parent has to call the school that my child is not coming, or my child is sick, or my child is like this, or maybe we have an appointment or something. Some of them, most of the time when they have to go and do this child vaccine, they call, or maybe they give us the notice a day before that, tomorrow my child is not coming because we have vaccine or something. But this particular child, for almost getting to 2 weeks, we haven't heard from her, and she's not coming. So I just asked my colleague, why is this child not coming? Why is this girl not coming to school? And she was like, do you know, I also don't know. So we had to contact the office. We were like, have you people called this person or something? And then still we haven't heard anything from them. So I think the office, the director called the parents and were like, the girl has COVID. And not only her, but the whole family. And in fact, in a situation like this, we shouldn't feel shy to, inform the school or something, especially the foreigners. We take certain things to be too serious. This is not serious. This is a situation that has happened, and everyone is a victim. So we need to help each other. And they just kept the news to themselves. So we didn't even know whether the child had it when she was coming to school, or maybe one of her siblings had it and got infected. Because if we had known that she was there when this happened, maybe they will close that section, and then the normal measures will be taking place as we used to do with the others. But this is the case that we don't even know when it happened and all that. So we just continue like that until they came with the certificate, and then she re-entered.
Wow. Parents, let's be conscious. Let's do the right thing so that it will not affect the other ones who are also in school. Let me ask this. In the nursery, I know that or the very small little ones, bonding is very, very important. I know children bond when you show affection to them. They see your facial expression, they read your eyes and everything. Like the way you deal with them makes the bonding very easy. Most of the time from when they are new in school. I've realized or experienced my last baby going to the needle, and then we have new teachers, and because of COVID they all have masks. How will a child be able to bond if you cannot touch the child so much because of COVID restrictions and measures that have been put in place nowadays, and even bonding? How do you do that? I believe it will affect the child because it will take much more longer for them to settle.
Yes,
how do you go about the bonding with all the restrictions now?
It's a problem because you need to cover your face. In fact, it's a problem. It's a problem because you can even be playing with the child, laughing, smiling, and the child cannot see your face because you have covered your nose and the mouth, until the child will realize that maybe you are doing certain actions that shows that you are playing with him or her. And remember, a nursery is a little bit different, like the way I'm saying. I was saying earlier on that from 3 to 6, so they are a little bit, they understand certain things a little bit. At least they can capture your expressions faster than the little ones. So you could say that these little ones, maybe 6 months, 1 year, 9 months, you'll be playing, smiling, laughing, and will be looking at you like this. With the face straight because she doesn't see anything. Until a while, after a while, that he or she will understand your expressions and start smiling, which is very, very bad. Which is very, very bad. And they won't even know your face. They don't know your face. They will not see you because when COVID came, in fact, we had a whole lot of courses on how to deal with the situation, how to deal with the case, especially this one that they are not putting on masks and those things. We had a lot of courses on how to deal with them in a situation like this and all that. And we were taught to put on the mask throughout. So you cannot even say that you are smiling with him or her and you can pull the mask down for the child to see your teeth, to show, to let them know that you are smiling and you are playing. You need to keep it all along, all the time until you go, you finish and you go out. So it's very, very difficult. It has been very, very difficult. They wouldn't even know you. Maybe one way or the other, maybe it will be with your voice that they will know you, maybe by your voice or something. But with the face, and even, especially those ones that knew, they keep on changing the teachers. And all those things. So maybe a new teacher has come, you even don't know that person. And before you know the person is with a mask. Even me, sometimes when the person, we are finished, maybe we're going to change our aprons and those things, and then the person pulls down the mask, before I'll be like, oh, is that your face? Because I haven't seen the few.
How much more children?
Those ones that I know them before COVID, even with the mask, I know them. But those ones that I don't know them with them before COVID, with the mask, I get confused sometimes. So you could just imagine with the case, it's very, very bad. And even not only the nursery section, but even with the elementary and the middle school, it's very, very. They are not finding it difficult. They have grown, so they are being taken to the normal rules and regulations. They respect distancing. They put on the mask. Every day they have to change the mask. They have sanitizers all around them, and even in their bags, they have boxes that they keep their things and everything. And even last year, here we use colors for covers for materials, so that it's a method of education for the children to understand things. They use colors for their subjects, so that it will help them to pack their bags very well. And the whole of last year they did not use that, so there was confusion all over. They have to be distancing. They cannot play with their mates as they used to. Even if they have to go to the garden, they have seats that we bought that they have to be separated, far away from each other, before they will be able to be doing this. Some will come home and will be like, my ear, maybe I'm finding with the mask for a long period like this, they get, it's not, I'm not able to breathe well, I'm this, I'm that, and it's very, 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 very bad. In fact, the experiences is very, very, very bad. They cannot go in bathroom in pairs like the way they used to do. They have to be in order and all that. So these are some of the things. And if we go forward to say some of the things that affected them most also is that those of them who did the distance learning, especially the first year and then the second year, they had a lot of difficulty. Some of them just dropped drastically because to learn on computer or something is not like you being present at school. You understand? The difference is very great. And some of them came down, very down, and it affected them very well because school activities are not being organized and taken at home like the way you be at school. I don't know whether I'm coming.
Yeah.
You understand? What I will do at home it will not be like I'm in school doing it. You understand? And it was also very difficult for the parents. Some parents that maybe their Italian language background is very low. It was very difficult for them. And these are some of the things that also contributed to the downfall of the children because they were not able to perform well. And some of the teachers also loaded everything because they created a site called Classroom that they load homeworks and everything. So if the mother is not competent, then the child will be lacking. You understand? And these are some of the things that affected the children. But I'm so happy that here in my place, we have put a whole lot of things in order. Even before COVID, we were just doing a whole lot of things for mothers who in a way that they can help their children for their homeworks and all those things. We have adult education that we do over here, that I have a group. The community has a group called Non Uno Di Meno, more than one group like that, that they help the kids for homework and all that. So they came out, we did a meeting and they came out with a project. In fact, they did very well. They came out with a project and hired a special teacher to teach the parents who are in this difficulty so that they can help the children one way or the other in a situation like this. You understand? So these are some of the things that happened. And even now, last week, we were doing some projects for these children who are still having this problem that they can, pick up with their mates to be at the same level. So this is what happened during the COVID time.
Wow.
And we are still solving it.
We are still solving it. One of the problems or one of the issues I always have to think about is you are not supposed to share anything with anybody. So if you have a pencil or somebody needs your pencil, you cannot give to the person. And I was not thinking of the problem now, but its impact on the child in the future. Are we not teaching our children not to share what they have with a friend? How is it affecting them? They are kids. They are not adult for them to understand it is because of the situation. That is why we are doing it this way. But is it having an impact long term on them not sharing anything with a friend? Wow. This cause that we parents, even though in school they cannot share, we do our parts as parents at home so that they will not lose that side of living that we share. You can share something with your sister, you can share something with your friend, but the situation calls for that we don't share for some time because of this COVID adaptations. Wow. One thing that I also noticed from the nursery side is that before COVID, two siblings could be in the same class, but because of COVID, now the siblings, before COVID, siblings were not allowed to be in the same class. I want to understand some of the reasons why they were not allowed to be in the same class. Of course, I understand a bit, but from the teacher's perspective, what were some of the reasons why they were not allowed? And then, let's say now, those same reasons that were helping them while they were apart, now they are in the same class because of COVID.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
I think I'll answer the first one. Why were they not at the same class before COVID? You know, children at home, they are used to themselves. And one of the purposes for you to send a child to school is to make new friends and learn new things, as we said earlier on. So when siblings are in the same class, they know themselves already, and sometimes they can be very difficult. And you know, siblings also can fight a lot. So these are the reason why they were trying to avoid them together. So the least they do is that maybe, like the way I was saying, we have sections so that the parents will not find difficulty going upstairs to go and pick one and going downstairs to go and pick the other. They pair the classes because of these reasons, so that when siblings comes to the same, when siblings, maybe twins or sibling 1 year older, that is not the real. Some of them leaves the school before the other one comes. Yeah. That one is different. But if they happen to be at the same place, they put them closer. That will be easy for the parent to take them because of these reasons. That they are used to themselves, they can fight, they can, maybe because I know that this one is my sister or my brother, I will not make new friends. I will stick to him or her alone. I will do everything with her. These are some of the things. And they will not make new friends, and they will not grow, they will not learn new things, and they will be always attached to the one that they already know. So these are some of the things. That is why they always separate them, so that at least this one will stick with someone else and this one also will go with someone else. Then after that, after school, when you go home, your family, you can be together, so that everybody will learn new things. Because remember, some of these things is what helps them grow. Some of these things help them to help their maturity, helps their brains to grow very well. So this is the reason why they do that. And now with the pandemic, with COVID, they put them in the same class because, like the way I'm telling you, if a situation like this happens, maybe someone is positive or something, when someone is positive, then the other one has to be at home and all that. So for security reasons, that is why they together. The parents come and then they pick the child. Even now, twins are even put in the same class. They will take the adult twin to the next class, and the one will be at the other one. But now they put them together so that the mother comes at one place, so that the mother will not go here and go there for security reasons, for safety reasons, for health-wise reasons. So the mother will go to only one place, pick the child, and then move out.
Wow.
Now we have, because of COVID, we have entrance and then out. Yeah. Where you used to enter, you will not use that same place to go out. You use another place. So you will not come together, no, at all. And at least only two parents will be at one place. So if siblings are put in one class, the parents pick the child, take the child to where they keep their things, changes the child, and then move from there. Not that he or she has to go to the other side to go and change this one, and then go to the other side to go and change the other one. Because in my school, the other schools, where my kids went, we don't change their shoes and those things. They don't put on apron and all that. But where I am now, they change their shoes. They have shoes that they keep, they use it in the school, and the one that they come home with it. When they enter, they remove those ones, they put it in their cupboards, then they put the one that they will use to work, to stay in school. When they pick them after closing, they change it back and leave those ones inside, the ones that they have used in school. They leave those ones, and then the one that they brought from home, they take it back. At the end of the week, they take everything and then they go with it. That is exactly what we do with beads and everything, socks, everything. That is what we do. You put it in a rubber, you write the child's name, you write from Monday to Friday. Every day the child has to change it, and every day you have to take it home. You don't leave anything because that place has to be sanitized.
Wow. For some of the schools, they don't even accept bibs and all those stuff anymore. They just tell you they will provide everything themselves, so that you don't take anything home. The only thing you might take home is their change clothes. That's all. And parents are not even allowed to access their cupboards in school and all that.
No. Wow. And even at the cupboard, not more than 2 has to be there. Even with distance. So even before school closed, before school finished this last school year, before we started in September, there was rules and regulations. And even if your child's wardrobe is close to the other one, you cannot be there. Even if you are there first, the one that is distant from yours, the other person's own has to come, so that there will be a distance between the 2 of you. If your cupboards are closer, you cannot stay together. Then one has to wait for the other to finish. That was what we are doing. But this year everything has changed because of Green Pass. Without Green Pass, with Green Pass, everybody can enter freely. But last year we weren't doing it like that. We have time for each class. Each class is made of 2. Each section each hall or corridor is made with 2. It's made up with 2 classes. So those ones, they will have time. And each corridor has 15 minutes to take the children. That was what we are doing. And even they cannot be 2. They cannot be more than 2, sorry. They cannot be more than 2. 2 goes in, they finish, other comes. So they will be in line. You will see them being in line. And everybody will come and pick the child. But this year it's not like that. This year everybody is free to enter. We don't have time for this and this class, then time for this and this class. Everybody enters. So far as you have your Green Pass.
Wow.
If you have your Green Pass, you are free to enter. You are free. Even if it's 10, you can be at the wardrobe to change your children. There's no problem. And those ones who don't have Green Pass, they cannot enter the school. They wait outside. And after those with the Green Pass has come to pick their children, they take theirs for them outside.
Wow. All in the name of COVID. God help us. We believe that bit by bit we are coming out of it, but still we all need to be conscious about the measures. As parents, the teachers are doing a lot. It seemed that we had so much to deal with as parents, but come to think of it, the teachers are also going through a lot. They have a lot to adapt to. They have a lot. I was in the school and then the teacher said, I had to give your son a pencil because he didn't bring his. But because of the COVID restrictions, I am not supposed to, but I did. But be careful that you always check that they have everything they bring to school. Can you imagine? A lot. They are going through a lot. Parents, I believe that our educator here will give parents something. She will advise parents on what to do. She will tell them what they need to do to make their lives a little bit easier, even though it is not easy. Let's go to Facebook again and see, and then on YouTube. I have Mrs. Kenny saying, yeah, it's difficult to recognize this mask covering our mouth and nose. We have also our Lady Juliana Isel, Reverend Lady Juliana Isel says, we We find it difficult to recognize ourselves. Talk less of children. Yes, so mommy, it is difficult, really difficult. He says, as for the children, they don't really understand. They don't even understand. So they still share. I believe grace is keeping them. Yes, mommy, it is grace that is keeping them. Because if they have parents at home who might be positive knowingly or unknowingly, and they go mix up with our children and they come home, it should be only grace keeping us. Yes, we have our mommy Tando saying, my granddaughter will tell you, sharing is caring whenever she wants something. Yes, so we have Mr. Sikeni saying, siblings fight more easier than with friends. Yes, I can say with the ones I have home here. When I go and pick, they say, then the little one, the older one will say, she's been following me always. And I said, of course, she's your sister. You are in the same class. Why would she follow you? It is not her fault. If you were putting in different classes, she wouldn't follow you. She will make new friends. So you just have to adapt to that system. We hope our children will understand. Lady Judith is saying, wow, sicurezza. Yes, security. That is why we have to put in place all that. Our Lady Juliana says, the green pass thing is really disturbing. It is true. As if we are joking, but it is becoming part of us. Now, even when you have to take your children for visits at the hospital, you, the parent, need to show green pass before. Otherwise, you cannot access all those places. We need just to pray that God covers us, that we also obey those rules they are giving unto us. Our mommy Tando says, my granddaughter will tell you, okay, I think I missed some comments there. Let me go to YouTube. From YouTube, okay, a minute. Yes, from YouTube, Mr. Sikeni say, yeah, we do get you right. Incompetent parents. May we not be called incompetent parents anyway. May we be so much alert and do what we are supposed to do. So if I couldn't help my children to do their homework, who should be dealt with? This is a question. Let me ask the educator. If I'm not able to help my child to do the homework, who should be dealt with? The child or the parent?
No, the parents. The parents, because when they bring the notes, the note that we call it, you have to sign it. And you know the child is a minor. Here in Europe, when a child is minor and something negative happens, you, the parent, you are being held responsible. Because I remember those days when my boy had to do a particular exams at the nurseries and was not allowing the doctor to do it. And the doctor said, he's not allowing me to do it. I just said, no, just be calm and let them do it. It's a little bit uncomfortable, so I understood him. So they wrote that I did not allow. So I was so annoyed. I took the report to the doctor. I was like, the child did not. I said, hey, the doctor told me, look, because he is a minor, everything is just put on you. And then they put the mother, you are being taken responsible for it. So it is your responsibility to make sure that everything is put right. That is how it is. Always, I always say, I am always serious with those things because at the end of the day, it's not the child that the blame is going to be put on, but it's me. You, the parent, you the parent is you are the one that the blame is going to be put on you. You the parent has to sign for everything. Meanwhile, maybe you did your best. It's not like I used to say. It's not like Africa. Then when the child is late for school, they will beat him or her or something. Yeah, they will not do that. They will just give you the note. Then you sign it. You do the certificate. And all the time time I'm so annoyed. I said, why do I have to do this? Why do it's something. So you have to make sure to look for a means to let the child do it. I know some people that they will call people that they are capable of helping, and then we take the children to them for help. So you have to make sure you solve that problem if you know your child has it. And of course, it's for the betterment of your child. Because remember, when you do that, the child is lacking. And this is the problem that we have in the school now, especially the foreign children.
Wow.
They are very low. But if they have a good community like mine that they are putting in place because they want a loan, they want a raffle, something, bando, they want something, a huge money. And they decided to help the children who are low and they are not catching up with their mates to have extra lessons in order to catch up with their mates. Maybe you wouldn't be lucky to be in that community to have this opportunity, you understand? So you, the parents, you have to make every possible means to help the child. If you are not capable of doing it, look for someone who can help out. Help out. That's why you need to be nice with your neighbors and everything. You know, especially the Italian language, it can be very difficult.
Yes. When
it comes with the verbs and those things, it becomes very difficult. That is why you need to be nice with people around you so that in a situation like this and you don't understand certain things, you can confront them. Oh, this and that and that. Can you help me with this or something? Or how can I do this? It's very, very important.
Wow. You can hear it. We are all hearing from the teacher's perspective. Parents, everybody needs somebody. It is not what benefit will it be for you to be at loggerheads? We need somebody. And so if you need help, you go to school, your son goes to school with another family. Just be nice. If you can even make friends with the mothers of your son, their mates, so that you can compare notes, you can compare homeworks. If your child brings a homework to school from school to the house and you don't understand, you can just make a call. Can you just screenshot what your son did for me to see if what I have here is right? This is what we are for. And so parents, if you need help, ask for help. If you can't do it all by yourself, go to the necessary places. Go to somebody you know who can help you. We have problem with the language. It is not our language. If you don't understand, ask for help so that somebody who is much more competent can help you. Wow. All too soon our time is up. But before we go, I will let our Lady Henrietta give us her last word. Maybe an advice. She has already given much more advice to the parents, but she can continue. Her last words we want to ask. Lady Henrietta, can you please give us your last words?
Okay, thank you very much. I think since our main topic is on COVID most, I think my last words will be on that, especially concerning the parents. I just want to plead with the parents that because this short period since COVID came, it has been very difficult for us. It has been very, very difficult for us in the sense that parents, some parents, don't cope with us at all. They don't understand certain things that we put in place and maybe we say or something. They think we are overdoing things, but we are all doing that for our safety. We are all doing it for our safety, so they should just cope with us. Whatever that we say, they should just sacrifice. This moment is a moment of sacrifice so that everything will be well for us, that all of us will be comfortable. So when we say this, they should just accept it and then respect it, because some of them does not respect the rules and regulations put in place for COVID in the schools. They don't respect it at all. They think maybe we are overdoing, or maybe that pen is not necessary, or that. When it's your turn to go, go. When it's not your turn to go, have the patience and wait. What you're not supposed to say, take inside there, you don't take it. You're supposed to, if you're supposed to wear your mask before you enter, please wear your mask. Don't put it under your nose because you are not covered well. And the time that the child has to come, respect the in and out rules and regulations. And then try and control the child's fever every morning before taking the child to school. It's very, very important, at least. Some of them, you can see that the child is not feeling well, the child is having too much cold and running nose, and then very that infected one. You can call the mother, or maybe fever or something, and the mother will be like, this child doesn't look like somebody who is sick. When I remember my colleague was very, 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 felt very, very bad about this when the mother came to pick the child. And some of these things is very bad. So we are just pleading with parents, whatever measures that are being taken at the school because of COVID, we should try and respect it so that everything will be fine for all of us.
Wow, you have heard it all, parents. These are some of the things we can do to help the teachers. We know COVID has brought us lots of changes in our lives and everything that we do and everything around us. But we can still do something to help ourselves. We can help our teachers by obeying the little rules they are giving to us. As she said, go on time. If you are told to wear your mask before you enter, to show your green pass before you enter, do that. We know it is difficult. We know it is affecting us and much more our children. But what can we do? What we can do is to ease the problem rather than making it much more and much more. That will not help us all. We thank you, Lady Henrietta, for coming to grace this session with so much information that will help us. So from the Inside Studio, we say that thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
We believe that we will soon have you here again for another session, and you will impact so many lives as you have done today. Family, thank you so much. Remember, this is the Virtuous Woman's Program, a program where we talk about issues of life concerning women. We talk about pregnancy, we talk about marriage, we talk about parenting, anything that will better our lives for tomorrow. And so, keep the good work up as parents. Take it one day at a time. And I say, God richly bless you. Bye for now.